What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting to you from the D, and we got to talk some more about this paid protester situation. You guys know in a video recently, I was talking about the fact that I've been seeing more and more evidence of there being paid protesters. I didn't know that this was a thing, but once I became aware of it, I started to see evidence that supported this, like pallets of bricks randomly showing up in places where there's no damn construction of any sort happening. So you skip forward to now, and a man made a video talking about how he was offered $200 in order to go out and riot, basically. So let me go over some of the points that I highlighted from what he said. He was offered $200 to protest in New York by an organization called No Kings. They told him June 14th. So what's today? This is the 12th. And this checks because some of this sort of riot and foolery has started happening in New York. It's just the news hasn't quite flipped off to it. They're still heavily covering California. California is the big story because that's actually where a lot of the migration, at least from Mexico, directly from Mexico, is happening. So don't be surprised if in the next week you see the news start to shift. They're not going to leave California entirely, I don't believe, but don't be surprised if the focus starts to shift and they start basically saying coast to coast. You got the East Coast and the West Coast is happening. But June 14th, they told him what streets he needed to be on and what he needed to do, which was, in his words, I quote, chaotic disruptions, end quote. He said there will be pallets of bricks and other things that protesters could use. He really needed the money, according to him. He really could use that $200, but he refused because he believed it was unpatriotic and not what he stands for. So that's that's really damning. You know, you got people that are out here taking $200. I mean, think about that. That's how easy it is to buy you off, $200. You got people that they will partake in extremely unpatriotic activities because it is going out there burning down your city, your community. That, I'm sorry, that's extremely unpatriotic. You could not pay me to do nothing like this. Like, really, $200 is all it takes to buy some people off. Because we see it, right? Some of these people that are out there, you can just tell they're not part of anything. They're just there to be agents of chaos. The ones that are just seemingly doing stuff, doing the most. I mean, really, they out there doing the most. And it's like, bro, what really is your incentive here? Like, why are you out here like this? You see it reflected on the news. Images like that one guy who stood on top of the car, shirtless, with a mask on, and the Mexican flag, holding that up. He was standing on top of the burned out car. It's people like that I'm just like, these are the ones that I think are being paid. And so, um, according to him, let's see. Yeah, according to him, this corruption goes much higher than just these politicians or whatever. He says that there is people up at the top, like really upper echelon, that just want to see things destroyed. I don't know what their incentive is yet. I mean, I'm down here at the grunt level, so I don't know what their motive is, but we are starting to see the whole paid protester thing be talked about more and more. So this is a thing where before, you know how it was like the mob, you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. If you don't talk about it, never affirm it. Well, it was like that before, but that's no longer the case now. It's now been proven. Now this guy, of course, I don't I don't know for sure All right, I can't prove whether he was approached with this sort of thing or not. But when you listen to people, you could just kind of tell if they're lying or not. He sound pretty convincing when he was saying that he was approached with this by an organization. They offered him $200 and that he really needed the money and that a lot of other people like him who need the money, they're going to do it. He was really convincing. Like, I just really didn't feel like this guy was lying. So even though I really can't prove that the guy's story is legit, I believe him, man. Because what does he gain by jumping on social media and making up a story about something like this? Like, what does he gain? He seemed like, just your average Mexican American, and that's probably why he was approached with this. You will always see certain people approached with these sort of things. They always have something in common. They usually they they favor the skin color. They empathize with the skin color. They're empathizers, very much so, with who they feel like is being oppressed. It's just like BLM, man, except now it's Mexican edition. A lot of those people in BLM, they were paid chaos agents. You had pallets of bricks everywhere. And as I said to y'all, there was no construction in any of those places. Why are there pallets of bricks? And even if there were construction happening, if there were construction zones, you wouldn't just leave those pallets of bricks around because bricks ain't cheap. Anybody who, see, I happen to know because I worked in real estate, but anybody who who builds, they will tell you bricks ain't cheap. You're not just going to leave those around so that you can spend hundreds of dollars to buy more of them if these go missing or they get used the wrong way. So this is being funded by people who want to create chaos for whatever reason. It's about power, obviously, so it's got to be some sort of political reasons in there. But I I'm glad black folks are sitting this one out. I wish more Mexicans were sitting this out, because if the Mexicans sit this out, then there's nothing happening. There's no action. I'm really glad that black folks are sitting this out. I wish black folks would have sat out all that BLM stuff, because, I mean, what ended up happening? We came to find out that BLM was a scam. Like, really. And BLM being revealed as a scam, it didn't get covered with nearly as much ferocity as it was getting covered when people believed they were righteous. When it all got revealed that the people at the top who were collecting the money, putting the battery in everybody's back, sending them out here to be agents of chaos, when it got revealed that that was on some BS, notice CNN and NBC, MSNBC, they weren't really talking about it, were they? So I'm gonna leave it there, man. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. And hit me in them comments. I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace.